Hey everyone, Chris Stegall here with Creme de la CRM, joined once again by Matt Kaufman. Hi Matt.
Hey, Chris.
And we are back for another installment of Q&A with Matt K, the weekly series where we take questions from the Trailblazer community, either submitted to us directly or posted on various forums like the Trailblazer community feed proper, Reddit, or basically anywhere we can find them on the internet. And then we put Matt in the hot seat and ask him to troubleshoot them live without the help of Google, without anything essentially except for years and years of Salesforce experience. So it's a terrific chance to see how folks in the ecosystem approach Salesforce questions, a good way to get a glimpse into the fact that there are multiple avenues of approach to most Salesforce questions, and a chance to see sort of like what the day-to-day life of an admin, developer, consultant looks like.
I think there's another value too, if I may say so. I see a lot of posts where people are saying, what do they need to learn in order to be an admin or to be a developer or to come into the Salesforce ecosystem? I think if you're watching along and you can answer some of these questions, or at least have an idea of how to answer it as you're watching, that probably shows that you're at a good place to pass exams or certifications. Because that's what I do for a living, is I just go and solve problems. And so if you can make some progress while we're watching and maybe spot a mistake that I make, that shows that you're in a place where you probably should take that certification exam.
Yeah. And also a good idea if you are sort of taking that path of building a Salesforce skill set to advance your career. This might be a game you can play on your own. Head over to the Trailblazer community. You are, of course, allowed to use Google. So if you find yourself watching these videos and you kind of guess where Matt is going to go, but you might not know exactly how you would do that in terms of the menus and where to click, that's a good way to test yourself, is try to answer some of these questions on your own with the help of Google and your logical intuition about how things should work in a platform like this.
Yeah, there's nothing sadder than seeing someone's question that goes unanswered for a long period of time. Nothing more satisfying than getting that +1 or that like when you gave an answer and other people think you were right. So exactly. Yeah, contribute to the community.
Yeah, and speaking of satisfying +1s, if you have not had a chance to, please do like and subscribe to this video, to this channel, to this series. I get a very gratifying email when you do that says you have a new subscriber, somebody liked your video, and it makes me feel good. It brightens up my inbox. It's not spam, and that is always a positively received addition to my inbox. And if you have any questions of your own, feel free to submit them to quick2.click/Q&A, and then we can tackle them in future iterations of this series. And with that, I am going to toss Matt into the hot seat. I have selected a question here. Let's see, I can zoom in a little bit. Let me know when you can read that.
I started to read it. I'm like, uh-oh. Pull profile picture in a screen flow. Ouch. I have a screen flow that is displaying a top rep, the rep that has created the most opportunities in the past 7 days. Based on those criteria, I want to display their profile picture alongside their name. I'm having trouble doing so with display text/image components. I'm sure there's a way to do this I'm not thinking of. Ooh, Ian. That is a great question. First of all, like the word profile means multiple things, right? We could be talking about profiles and setup. I know we're not in this case. I think we're talking about that page that we can see about our users in the non-setup portion of Salesforce, which I sometimes is called a profile also, and that does have a picture. That picture has a URL. It does have an ID associated with the file. It's not easy to get to in a programmatic way that is not using code, but maybe I can figure something out today. If not, I'll write a little code. Yeah.
I do have some backup questions in case.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So
I also thought this one might segue well into our sponsor for the day when we get to that.
Why don't you show my screen and send me a link to that question while you're at it, and I will try not to flounder too much. But if we cannot solve this question using standard functionality, I know another way that we for sure can do it. I didn't set this up, maybe Chris did, but you could definitely do it with Photo Uploader. Photo Uploader has been on the App Exchange since 2009. I've been using it for years. It allows you to upload images to any record in Salesforce, whether it's a lead, contact, account, custom object, anything you want. You can upload an image and basically add some personalization to that record. I find that when I'm talking to my customers, if I see their picture right there, I tend to smile a little more, and then I think they like me more. So Photo Uploader is great for that functionality. The most amazing part about Photo Uploader is that since 2009, it has been given away for free. So if you are watching this right now, you can actually go and install Photo Uploader in your Salesforce org and use it for free to upload images to your records in Salesforce. Use quick2.click/photo with Matt K to be able to do so. And once you love it as much as I do, you may want to look into some of their paid features that they offer, which are some really cool stuff. It's been a great app again since 2009, totally native, totally free, available on the App Exchange today. And with that, let's see what we can do here on this very difficult question. So first thing I need to do is look at some users. I don't know who I am today. Who am I? I am Matt K. Sims. Okay, so I'm going to look for Matt. And I'm going to look at the user. Oh, here I am, Q&A with Matt K. Sims. That's a great name. Now, this picture here is the picture we're talking about. I should probably upload an image in there. Let me see if I can find an image of myself. If not, I'll get one of my, oh, here we go. We can use one of these images that I have here. I'm going to upload, and I know you might not see this upload screen right now. Apologize for that. I'm going to upload this little icon from Creme de la CRM, and we'll hit, we'll check this checkbox. I think that might help. I don't know if it's necessary. Let's uncheck it first because security is always important. Let's uncheck it first. We might come back and check it. I'm going to hit save. Okay, so this is the type of profile that we're being asked about here, not a profile in setup. And actually, let me pull up. So this is what Ian is talking about here, this type of profile, I believe. And so behind the scenes, this is a file just like any other file that we upload in Salesforce. What I can do is inspect this and try to figure out what the URL is. There's the URL. I'm going to copy that URL, copy link address, and then I'm going to paste it up here, and we should be able to see it. Yeah, there we go. So it does exist, and technically, like, we're done. I could just hard code this. I think Ian wants something programmatic, or at least scalable, because every month this screen flow needs to display a top rep, the rep that has created the most opportunities in the past 7 days. I don't even know how Ian's planning on determining that. I guess he's doing some type of query, and then based on that, getting the user, and from the user he gets the profile, something like that, I think. That field, it is a field. It's a field on the user. So let's see if we can find it. I'm going to come here and go to Object Manager and go to User. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and also open up the Developer Console so that we can maybe do a query. All right, so let's see if we can find this field. And I believe it has the word profile in it. There we go. URL for medium profile photo. I think that's it.
Sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah, no kidding. And let's come here. I'm going to zoom in and just try doing this. Select ID, comma, medium photo URL from user where medium photo is not equal to null. Oh, there we go. So this one here has it. So yeah, so this is a field that we can get. This URL here, though, I think is different. No, it's the same as this URL here. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So I think we can actually do this. I think we can solve Ian's problem, pulling up this image into a flow. Let's start by creating a flow. We'll create a screen flow because that's what Ian said we needed. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do the full thing or just kind of go through the motions, but we'll see. And let's start from scratch. It's a screen flow. Okay. I'm going to do a get records, and we're going to call this get user. And it's going to be a user record. Please tell me I can get users. Here we go. Okay. All conditions are met. Now, for now, just to be quick, and then we'll add stuff. We'll iterate. Let's go ahead and choose user ID equals. And if this is not the right way to do it, I'm going to take just my ID, and this is just a proof of concept, just to see if this even works, right? That's all I'm doing here. Only the first record on my store fields. Okay. We could choose fields. Medium photo URL. There we go. Okay. And let's add a field. Let's go ahead and add first name. Okay. And that looks good. Okay. And now the question is, how do we show an image in a flow? I don't know how to do that. Let's create a screen. Yeah. Okay. Let's create a screen and display image. There we go. And so we're going to say display photo. Oh, API name. Okay. Image name. Image name. It's going to be the first name. Get user first name. Where is it? FIR. There we go. Okay. I don't care about any of this stuff. If we're do that there. Oh. Okay. Now, where is the actual image? Where's the, so, okay, so we have image name. After you upload the image as a static resource, you'll enter the name of the static resource. Ah, that is not what I was expecting. So this, I think this display image component is not the one we want. This is where I probably would check the Salesforce help file and try to find out more about the display image, because this makes it sound like it really only works with a static resource.
Yeah.
I have an idea, though. Yes, I have an idea. Delete. Oops, sorry about that. Can I disable that? No. Okay. What if we get the user and we display fields, such as, oh, why is the field not showing up? Well, that's odd. These are the required fields. Am I doing input? Yeah, I want output, I think. Display text. Okay. Insert a resource. Let's just try displaying the first name to start. And aha, okay. This is a rich text component here. And so we should be able to insert an image this way, not that way, though. There is a way to do this. In the meantime, let's just get this working. Medium photo URL. Okay, and hit done. Oh, I have an error. I have 2 errors. I need something here. Okay, this is going to be the output. What do we call it? Salesperson of the week. Okay, done. Okay, I'm going to save this as the, what did Ian call it?
Screenflow, top rep.
Top rep. Okay, we'll just call it top rep. Sure. Top rep, name, and photo. How about that? Save, and let's go ahead and run it and just test it out. Now, it's not going to show the actual picture, but it is showing the URL for the picture as well as my name. My name's weird here, right? Q&A with Matt K. Okay, so we're getting something. We are getting something. So it is doing the query. Now, I assume Ian's doing some type of other query here and doing the sum or something. I'm not sure, but we'll figure that out later. The important part is this part here. Okay, so can we somehow turn this into an image? It's not an output, it's a display. There's a couple things that I could think of. The first thing is, what if we did a formula field? And that formula field did the output of the image. We could do that. I also want to see if I could just do like an HTML image tag here and see if that works. That actually might work. Let's run it one more time. Nope, that did not work. Okay. So let's come back to my object manager, go to user, and go to users, and go to fields, and go to new field, and we're going to call this profile photo, maybe. And it's going to be a formula field. Let's just call it. I don't like calling it profile because it really is not. It's about user photo. Yeah. And it's going to be text. And okay, so then over here on the right hand side, we have an image function. And for the URL, we want to insert that profile, medium profile. What's it called? Oh, look at that. Where is it? It doesn't show up here. That's not the right profile. That's very interesting. Okay, what I'm going to do is insert just the first name just to get the look and feel. That's going to be actually my alternate text. I think is going to be first name.
Was the other user in that selection list like the $ user? Is that the different kind of user, or like the different?
So this user is the user who is currently using Salesforce and seeing. We could look there to see if it's there. I don't think it's there. I think part of the issue is this screen was created a long time ago, before the concept of this screen. And for whatever reason, there's inconsistencies sometimes inside Salesforce. And okay, so it's medium photo URL. I'm going to copy it from here and try to use it here. Let's see if that works. Oh. Let's check syntax. It looks like we got an error. Medium photo URL does not exist. It does exist. It does exist. Okay, so that is thrown out, I think. How could it not exist? I just queried it, right? Wow, that is frustrating. Now, Okay. Let me come back to the flow. I might have to do a search on the internet.
There's no like iframe component on a ScreenFlow, right?
There are a lot of custom components that are available on the App Exchange. You can see here, get more on the App Exchange. And so we might be able to find something on the App Exchange, such as Photo Uploader, that we could use here. I'm trying to see if I can do it without that. We're displaying text. I want to try to just insert an image and see what happens behind the scenes here. So we're seeing this here like this. If I inspect this, and now I'm sorry for getting a little technical, but I should be able to find this image somewhere. Let's do that one right there. Here it is. So it is an image tag. And so the question is, how does it show up here, but it didn't show up when I tried to do it the other way? Is it something to do with the fact that it's inside a paragraph tag? Probably not. Content editable. Okay. So this is what this is down here. Obviously, I know what it. Okay, yeah. So the issue is when I'm saving this, Salesforce is going to change it. So when I save it, Salesforce changes it. Now, what we could do, I can't even delete that now, I think. What we could do is try to query the metadata or use SFDX, or now it's just SF in VS Code, to pull in the definition of this flow and change it behind the scenes to a different URL. Something like that probably would work. But what I'm going to try to do is take that there and place that. Oh, well, that's the exact same. Okay. Okay. Like I said, I may need to consult. Let's go ahead and put Alt as first name, make this compliant. Okay, so the question is there anything we can do to make Salesforce treat this as HTML and not as text? We could try to do something clever like this, which is basically escaping our HTML ahead of time. I would hope that someone at Salesforce thought about that. Yeah, so they take care of it. So they're escaping it for us. Let's try. Oh, did I just lose my flow? Oh no, I did. Let me come back to flows. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's check get more on the App Exchange and see if there's anything on the App Exchange to already do this. Yeah, so you can see that there's a bunch of components on here. File viewer, right? That would work, and photo uploader will work too. So that's an option. I'm going to still see if I can somehow do this without. Okay, so this was that, and this was that. And then there's also this display image, right?
Yeah.
Which apparently wants a static resource. Can I look up information about this display image, like from the standard help? Let's
Sure.
do that. Okay. Did you say no?
I for sure.
So let's just see. Oh, you can see people have asked this before. I'm looking for standard help only. It may not be in the standard help. Oh, weird. Maybe flow components. Here, that's an App Exchange app. Yeah. You may have to use an App Exchange app without editing the flow itself. I'm shocked that you can't create a formula field. Maybe I shouldn't be shocked. What if we try that? No, so that's the gap there. Actually, now I have a couple other things I want to try while we're working on this. What about just an href, like a hyperlink? Does that work? And if so, why would one work and not the other? I guess you can use this to create a link. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so this is rich text, right? This is a rich text editor.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there is a syntax for rich text for images. I don't know that off the top of my head. Let's test this one more time. Okay, so even the hyperlink does not work. Yeah, okay, so rich text display image. We need to know what it actually looks like behind the scenes. Now, see, all these show that, okay, this is what you have to do. That's not going to help us. Let's try using a tool called Workbench. Hopefully this will log me into the right org. Yeah, not me, no. Let's try that one more time. Workbench, and I may need to, let's see if it'll work. I need to figure out what my username and password is. Because I don't know it off the top of my head for this org. Well, while I'm doing that, so what I'm thinking is if we query the flow, we may be able to modify the HTML behind the scenes. And that will allow us to set it to the right thing. Oh, it's going to be tricky because I really don't think I know my password. So then we mentioned that we don't edit these.
Yeah.
Oh, for a second I thought that worked. All right, let me real quick. Wait, before I do this, you can't. Yeah, okay, you can't see it right now. System.setPassword. So there's a function that you can use in, or maybe it's a method, I guess, in Apex where you could set your password. It's not recommended, but you can do it. And so for purposes like this, it can be very useful. And so I'm just going to quickly set my password to something that I know. And then I should be able to log in. Just give me one more second while I do that. Okay. All right, so here is Workbench. You can tell I got multiple windows. Okay, and so we should be able to explore the flows in here. This is all of our API calls on the RESTful API. Metadata, I think. Nope, not that one. Normally I would do it via VS Code. And we could do it there too. I was trying to stay in the browser. Okay. Here we go. Metadata types and components. Flow. There we go. Okay. And let me zoom in so you can see that at home. So what I'm doing is just kind of browsing the metadata that's here. And what was the one we just created? It was top rep name and photo. We can see that here. Okay. I don't think this will work because this, I think, is doing a query. We actually don't want to do a query. It's a flow. What is it? It's a flow. Someone at home knows. Flow definition view. Nope. All right, let's go back. So here is the metadata about it. But we can look at what this kind of record view in Salesforce now. Has some cool functionality here in Workbench. I may need to do this inside VS Code. So let me go ahead and pull that open, and then we'll see if I'm authenticated into VS Code for this org, and if not, I'll go ahead and do that. Give me a second. We could look up what type of record this is. It should be retrieve. Here we go, retrieve. But I don't have a manifest that I've created. I have to create an XML file to do it. That's doable. We definitely could do it, but I think I'll have VS Code working faster. Let's just go ahead and look here again. Metadata. If you're watching and you know how to do it without using VS Code, feel free to leave it in the comments. All right. So I'm going to create a new project in VS Code. Give me 1 second while I do that. All right. And I got to auth into this one as well. So give me a second while I do that. So I'm using Code Builder. Let's just do the default, which is a web-based version of VS Code. Connect. And let's see if I can copy link address. Nope, that's not it. Copy. Okay. I already forgot the password. Let's try it one more time. Yay, I got it. Okay. Ooh, that was hard. Oh, no. What happened? I've seen this error before. Let's see if I can figure it out. I recently saw it. And the key was I had to, here we go. Okay, so if I take this and I copy it and I paste it up here, I think it'll just work. But if not, nope, that didn't work. Okay, let's do one more thing. Let's close that one, and I need to get to setup in my org, and I want to get the URL for this org. And the way I'm going to do that is by going to domain, domains. This is why it takes so long to solve things. It's not that the actual fix takes that long. It's getting to the point where we can do the fix that takes a long time. So we're going to do this one more time. Authorize an org. I'm going to call it custom. I'm going to paste in this, which is the unique URL. And then we'll call this Q&A. Connect. Oh, you're killing me. Copy. Ooh. Oh, I typed it wrong. Give me 1 second. Someone's at home listening to the keys, trying to figure out.
Yeah.
I typed. Oh, it happened again. Why is that happening? Okay, so we're going to take that. I'm going to take that. Aha! That time it worked. I don't know why it doesn't work the normal flow, but what I did to get past it was basically to click on the URL manually and then type in the code. And then it does work. And that's why I did experience this the other day, and so I knew it already. I may have zoomed in a little too much there, but that's okay. Okay, so what I was saying is that we could pull in this flow and see information about it behind the scenes. Let's see if that works. So I'm going to look for flows here on the left-hand side. It's a little small. Let me zoom in. That's a little better. Okay. And we're going to look for that latest flow, which was top rep name. And I'm going to download that so that I can see it here. Okay. And now if I browse my Force app flows, top rep name. Okay. Now I may need to make some changes. Fields image name. Okay, so this is the one I just added. Ah, look at that. And less than P and greater than. Okay. I think if I do this, oh, but well, that'll break. Huh. Okay. And okay, so what is this actually saying here? This is saying less than. So this is. Oh, okay. Got it. We're gonna make this an IMG. We're gonna make this source equals quote. We're gonna make this quote, and then that's a less than. That's a greater than. We don't need that anymore. We just need a that. Oh, but I did it wrong. Oh, okay. This is. Ooh, okay, it's a very big field. Let's. So this is not the source. This is the alt. Alt equals that. Source equals that. And then I'm just going to get rid of this other stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there. Okay. So what this is HTML, but it's been escaped. And escaped means it's like been stored in a way that it's safer to store. And it's kind of a terrible definition for it. But let me just get rid of all this other stuff. Okay. And so now this needs to go away. Okay. What we can do is we can take this escaped text here, this escaped HTML, and there's tools that you can use to basically unescape it, and we can see what this looks like. That's slightly wrong too, so let me fix that because I want it to be, valid. Let's close that one, and where is it? Here it is. We don't need this anymore. Okay, so this should be valid HTML that is escaped now. So let's do it one more time. I'm going to paste it up here. I'm going to hit unescape, and then down below, this looks like an image tag. Except for, yeah, I have it right. Source, alt. Okay. I think, this is my hypothesis, that now if I deploy this, if I save this, normally we do a deployment with tests and all sorts of stuff, but I'm in a Trailhead playground. I think if I save this right now and run this without, oh, what just happened? That's an interesting. I'm gonna back out. I don't want to save it because then I'd be overwriting it. Let's try this one more time. Let's see what happens. Oh, it worked.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it is possible. The issue is the rich text editor that is used inside of Flow does not allow you to specify an image tag, an HTML image tag, because everything that's put into this little box here is kind of interpreted, right? Salesforce is doing its own formatting for everything that goes in here. And we really need to see the behind the scenes raw code rather than the interpreted code. And the way that you can see behind the scenes code is using the SF CLI and VS Code. In this case, I'm using Code Builder, so I don't even need software. I'm on a Chromebook for anyone at home that you don't actually need an expensive computer to do stuff with Salesforce, but that's a whole nother video. And so here we can see that I was able to edit what was there from the interpreted HTML code or rich text into raw escaped HTML, and then it works. Yeah, so this is what Ian needs to do. It's not the most admin friendly activity. I'd say it's more of a developer type of thing, especially since to do this in production, you probably need to do a deployment from a sandbox. Although I guess you could do it with the change set. So you could edit this directly onto a sandbox, right, using VS Code or Code Builder, and then do a deployment using a change set or however you want to deploy from that sandbox to production, and then it should work. Yeah. Whew. You really had me sweating there, Chris. I was not sure we'd be able to do it without code. I mean, I don't know. Did I do it with code, without code? I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah. And then the really tricky part is once you've made this change, I don't think you should ever change this flow again, because I think that's going to break it. I don't know, right? Let's. Yeah, I'm like afraid to, but let's just see. Let's see what happens. If I hit done and I'll hit save, we come back to here and I'll just retrieve it. I'll get the latest. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see, it's totally different again. And I'll just to show you what Salesforce is doing, I'm going to copy this and put it back in that tool that I found, that free tool, and unescape it. And let's see what happens. Oh, actually, no, it will work. Look at that. So all that Salesforce is doing is putting a paragraph tag around it. So that actually is okay then. Interesting. So you can't put it in to the flow using the user interface, the web user interface. But once it's in, it can stay in there. And at least that's reassuring that you'll be able to make small changes and not have to like go through this whole crazy thing all over again. Well, how long have we been recording? 43 minutes,
43
right?
minutes, yeah.
So the actual fix, if I knew what to do right away, the actual fix was like seconds, right?
Yeah.
But getting to the point where I could make the fix took 40 minutes. And that sounds about right. Most of the time, it's always the last place you look, right? And so it's getting to that point that took so long. This totally works. This is, I think, a great solution. And I don't like to install stuff unless I have to. Photo uploader will work, but you could also do it like this, especially since it's the picture that's already on the profile. So there's no need to upload another picture. It's already there. The user can upload it too, which is nice about this picture, is the user can upload it themselves. You can upload it for them as an admin also. And it's there already. So yeah, this will work. I'll go ahead and send you the flow. I'll probably have to send you the XML because the flow itself is not gonna look, you can't make something look like this, I don't think. Yeah, no, There's no way to force it to look that way. The other thing you might be able to do, now that I think about this, there's one other way you might be able to do this. If we were to inspect this, no, I think we already inspected it. Yeah. Well, look at that. See, it is correct there. I'm just curious. Okay, so what if I insert another one? Here is another picture. I'm just gonna see what I can do. Hit enter. And I know this is really small on the side here, so I'll try to zoom in. But what I'm going to try to do is actually edit the HTML that's in the rich text editor. So rather than edit it, using Code Builder and doing it there, what if I take this here and I copy that, and I come here and I paste it here? Oh, we got. I need to right click. No, I need to, come on. Hit it as HTML. There we go. Okay, what if we do that? So I'm doing the exact same thing. I'll make this one a little bigger, let's say, or smaller. I don't know which it's going to be actually. 50 height. 50. Okay, so I don't know if this is going to work, but look, they look the same now. This is exciting because if we can do it this way, then there's no need for Code Builder, right?
Yeah.
You could actually just do it right here in the browser. That's a pretty admin-friendly solution if it works. Oh, it works! That's awesome. Okay, so this is a very admin-friendly solution. Throw away the first 40 minutes. 45 minutes of this video.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make sure in the description that I link straight to minute 46 for Ian.
Yeah,
oh, wow, this was a really easy fix.
It is. It's super easy fix. Getting there was very worrisome. I was concerned we might have to stop recording. I don't think we've ever done that.
I created a banner. I created this fail banner that I was ready to fire off.
Oh, yeah, we need like an alarm to go off.
Yeah.
And a warning, like you have 5 minutes left. Otherwise, we're declaring this a failure. No, super easy solution. Could not be easier. Okay, so here it is to recap. You create your flow just like Ian already has. You add a screen to this flow to display stuff. In this screen where you're going to display stuff, you're going to right click. Choose inspect. I'm using Chrome. It might be something else in your browser. And then you're going to find the portion of this code, this HTML here, that corresponds to this little editor, this rich text editor over here on the right-hand side. And then all you need to do is insert an image tag, an HTML image tag inside there. And the source is going to be equal to, let me see if I can put this somewhere that'll make it a little easier to see. I guess I have Code Builder, right? So let's do this. File, new text file. So this is what we basically inserted. You can get rid of this. This was added by Salesforce. This is what we're going to insert. Something like this. Now, the get user was the name of my get functionality in my flow. You may call it something else, but I called it get user. So that's going to vary depending on what you called it. But then the source is the medium photo URL, and then the alt. I did first name. If you want to do last name or full name, you can do that too. But that's all it is. You're going to just paste this in there, and then save the flow, and it'll work. So, did it. Admin friendly way. I mean, the little Chrome developer console is not the friendliest tool, but I think that admins should be familiar with it because it is a great way to get around little things that sometimes don't work the way you want them to. So, such as this. Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those things that whatever your role is, you ought to be familiar with it because it enables you to do handy things. And a lot of times a solution will require you to do that. So the more comfortable you are with it, even if you're doing something brand new, at least you're not scared by, oh no, it looks like code. I don't have no idea what I'm looking at.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, at this point, if you're on the internet doing anything that's sensitive, you should be familiar with like how to clear your cookies and things like that. And you can do all of that from this little tool that's built into the browser. So for instance, I can like clear out everything but my cookies by doing that. I can clear out with the cookies. All of that's really important, I think. I think last time I mentioned how you can do now a empty cache and hard reload by right-clicking on the refresh button at the top. So yeah, really, if you're using the internet for work, you should be familiar with this, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fairly straightforward now. Like they've added a lot that makes it very simple to hover and like see exactly where you are in a page. And
yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you can see the entire outline. So super cool tool. I recommend it. We could probably make a whole series of videos on it. And it's built in right there. You don't even have to install anything. So that's cool too. Awesome.
All right. So speedy recap, even though you already did a speedy recap, is create the flow, create the screen to display it, right click and inspect that, find the portion of the code that corresponds to that rich text editor field, insert the image tag there inside the code, then or as the source, paste that in to the flow, save it, and you should be all set.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Should only take a couple minutes now that you know how to do it.
Yeah. And I think that's also a good example of like we solved the problem and then within a couple of minutes said, wait, that gives me an idea of a faster way to solve the problem.
Yeah.
So don't be disappointed as an admin or a developer if you come up with a creative solution and then a coworker looks at it and goes, well, that gives me an idea for how to do it faster, because they probably wouldn't have had you not done all of that legwork.
Yeah, I think that the first solution was really my attempt at understanding the problem and the reason why things weren't working. And then once I fully understood it, because I had solved it, then I could refactor and come up with a better solution.
Yeah. And I think with that, especially given the elegance of that ultimate solution there, I think that's worth a like and a subscribe.
Yeah.
So please do click the little like button, click the little subscribe button there on this video. And if you would like your questions answered next week, please go ahead and submit them to quick2.click/Q&A. You can comment them on the video here as well, but if you fill out that form, they will live in posterity and an easier place for us to find them. Or, of course, you can post them on the Trailblazer community, and you might get your answer more quickly than if you have to wait until Wednesday when we do these videos. But you might not get a video. So,
yeah.
All right. And with that, I can say thank you, Matt, for once again hopping on to Q&A with Matt K.
Thank you, Chris, for helping me out.
Yep. And let's see, next week, depending on who the sponsor is, maybe I will choose an even more difficult problem because it seems somewhat related to the sponsor's functionality. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you, Ian, for the question, and we will see you next week. Bye.